Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right, so today we're going to do things a little bit differently because you are more pressed for time than you think. So I have to make some confessions, and I'll need you all to pardon a little bit of my boldness and lack of modesty. But believe me when I tell you, it's for your sake and the sake of your children. I have to share with you the benefit and the punishment for whatever decision you make from today forward. If you look in the news today, you'll see that both NATO, the United States and Europe, and Russia have moved nuclear weapons to the border of Ukraine. I want you to know it is not what you think it is. It is far worse. So here in a little while, in a few small and very short months, there will be nuclear fallout. So I will need you to prepare yourselves to be here within about, what's today? May?
March.
March.
Yes, sir.
About June. Okay? I will need you to be here or make preparations as much as you can to be here by June. And the reason being is there is a lot of preparations that need to be made and adjusting of accommodations. So the land must be paid for, the housing must be acquired, and we will need additional lands, sheep, and everything else to be prepared for the fallout that will ensue in the fall, in the beginning of the fall, on the 14th of Nisan, to be exact. So I need you to motivate yourselves expeditiously, and you're going to need to galvanize your funds. You're going to need to prepare your transportation, and you're going to need to prepare for what is here. So I know this is a bit off-putting for some of you. You're still weighing and testing the judgment. So I'm going to give you your first trial. Here is your first test. And to show you, I got my sister here. She's about to read. She'll read and I'll explain. We're reading from Malachi chapter 3. Do not bother going to your erroneous books. What you are about to hear will not be found there. If you wish to see that as she reads, you'll be able to follow along and test to see that you have been deceived. Read.
Behold, I am about to send my messenger,
Okay.
and he shall prepare the way before me.
I am that messenger. I apologize for the boldness of face, but again, we don't have time for you to figure it out.
And suddenly, Yah, whom you seek, shall enter his temple. And the messenger of the covenant in whom you delight, behold, he is coming, says Yah of covenants.
So, just want you to know we're building the sanctuary. In building the sanctuary, there will be a reacquiring of the temple. Okay? So it's not just the sanctuary that's coming back, but there will be, again, the temple will be gained back. And this is the word from the Most High that is happening in front of your face. This is happening now. Continue.
But who may endure the day of his coming? And who shall stand when he is revealed? For his anger dissolves like fire and is like soap, which is used for cleansing.
So just continue reading because it explains itself.
And he shall be revealed to test and to purify, as a man who tests and purifies silver. And he shall purify the sons of Levi, and shall refine them like gold and silver. And they shall be presenting an offering in righteousness before Yah.
So before you get some kind of delusion about some mystical sky nigga, this is why I wanted her to continue reading. It's about testing, purifying both Levi and the house of Judah, and restoring back the sacrifices and the traditions and the custom. Now that I have brought to you the covenant and explained it, and we have judged more than halfway through the first ones, I wanted you to now be able to see and bear witness to the truth and the level of understanding which I present before you. But now it's your turn, and this is your test. My testing is completed as of this time. I have given to you freely. I have taught you openly, and you are guilty. So now you're going to be put to the test. You will either hear and do the instructions given to me as I give them to you, or you will face the consequences. Continue.
And the offering of the people of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem shall be accepted before Yah as in the days of old and as in former years.
So now your offering, what you give, will be accepted. So what did we talk about in giving? You're going to have to give money now before it disappears, before the dollar collapses, that it may be converted into a resource. You're going to have to give silver and gold as well. You may carry it with you, but when you arrive, do not neglect to offer it freely, as we will not be asking for it. And your failure to obey in integrity will become a curse unto you. I just want you to know. So the offering you give is for buying the land, building the sanctuary to grow our own food, start our own farms, and open our first businesses, namely a supermarket, so that we may have a provision for ourselves to survive. If you don't think that what I'm saying is true, that is fine. Go suffer the consequences of your choices and your actions. Okay? Continue reading.
And I will reveal myself against you.
Now, it is what it is. Most High is now telling you he's going to reveal himself against you, not against me. It doesn't say I'll reveal myself against the messenger. It says he'll reveal himself against you who are holding doubt, you who are holding questions, you who refuse, you who need to see first, you who need a receipt, you who do want this to go another way. He's going to reveal himself against you.
To exercise judgment.
To exercise judgment.
And my memory.
And his memory, meaning his word, his understanding,
shall be for a swift witness among you.
So this is the witness among you. Those who are with me, following me, will have life, will have a safe place, will be restored, renewed, rejuvenated. We will endure the war. And those who don't will be going through. And let's see who's going to get eliminated.
Against the sorcerers.
So now the sorcerers are going to die. So if you have any sciences or magics or anything else aside from the memra, you're going to die.
And adulterers.
All of you adulterers out there, you're sleeping around, you're living your best life, you're going to die.
And against those who swear falsely, and those who oppress the hireling in his wages, the widow and the offering.
So those who swear falsely, period, point blank. So all of you who have sided against the judgment of the Most High, right, in favor of everything else, you're out of here. And those who have oppressed the payment, the hireling, right? You've been paying low wages or under wages, thinking that it's your right to be wealthy. You're going to die. And those who have done any injustice to widows and or orphans, you're out of here.
And who perverted the judgment of the stranger and have not feared from before me, says Yah of covenants.
And everyone who perverted the law, right? So when you pervert judgment, it is the explanation or the understanding of the law. If you have taught this in ways that are not right in the eyes of these strangers who don't even know what the law is, and they agreeing with you, yep, you're out of here too. That's you, Mr. Ancient and Honorable One, Mr. Elder, Mr. Teacher, that's all of you. You're done. If you think it's a joke, don't worry about it. You will see.
For I, Yah, have not changed my covenant, which is from old.
He hasn't changed his covenant, which is from old.
But you, O house of Israel, you think that if a man dies in this world, his judgment has ceased.
So you think that the judgments that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob made were for back then, and it's a new day and age now. Ain't no new day and age. You think that the judgments that were passed down from Moses and Joshua and from all of the righteous ones of the forefathers before, you think that those stopped because they died. And so now the Most High needs to issue some new judgments and some new, all of that. That's how you think. And it's not so. That's why the way I teach and what I am saying is 100% true. And yet the Most High's Memra and his Shekinah has been here with me so that I may achieve all that I have achieved, to be here before you, to present this to you. And I can sit down and say, after having tested it, that it is true and everything else is a lie. And I'm able to warn you about the destruction, which is about to come, before it comes. Because there's no last moment salvation. Either you will be here and you give me what I need to make the preparation, to prepare the way before you, or you will die. There's no other way to cut around this. There's no other way to make this appear more appeasing to you. This is what your forefathers prayed for in Horeb, and I've been out here doing the groundwork. Right? So let's continue and see what the Most High have to say.
From the days of your fathers, you have wandered from my statutes.
So that's where we are today. That's why we scattered, because you're not keeping none of them.
And have not observed them.
You have not observed none of the statutes. And I don't care where you are. Having some is equivalent to having none. I'll repeat that. Having some, one or two here and a few there, that is equivalent to having none. Continue.
Return to my service.
So here's the invitation.
And I will return by my memra to do good for you.
So he says, return now to his service, and he will return by his word to give you the good that was promised therein. You're going to have to follow instructions, follow my lead. If you don't, you will see the repercussions. I promise you. Take this video, share it. You can call me crazy or whatever you like. But there'll be not another one like unto it. Continue.
Says Yah of covenants.
This is Yah of the covenants. And I'm telling you because it's all the covenants that are made. All the way from the last book, which is Ezra, coming all the way backwards to Adam. The genealogy goes forwards and backwards. And now we have to fix this situation. And I'm not asking you to help us and donate to the church. I'm not building churches. I'm building the town. I'm building the cities. I'm building a nation here. And it's for your benefit and for the benefit of your children and your children's children. All of the ones you look up to have done nothing for you. Even with billions of dollars, the only thing they can do is serve their masters. Continue.
And if you say, how shall we return?
Okay, you want to know how? Okay, how do we return? Continue.
Will a man provoke before a judge?
So now here's a question. Will you provoke before the words of the Most High? I'm a judge. I'm sitting here. You going to provoke now, huh? Well, how we know what you going to do, right? Provocation. Let me see this great power in which you claim that you are a part of. Okay.
But you are provoking before me.
You're provoking before the Most High, I told you.
And if you say, how have we provoked before you?
And if you say, how have you provoked before the Most High? He's going to say,
in tithes and offerings.
in your tithe and in your offerings. So now, this tithe is not 10%. It's 30% of your earnings. And this goes to help those who are coming and working inside the sanctuary to build it, to establish it, and to get everything paid for and done. Not on a payment plan. You have to own it outright. Right? So now this 30% is for that. And then the tithe, the offerings, right? You're supposed to give 2.5 ounces, 2.5 grams of silver for every man, right? And then there's 5 grams of gold from the women. For what? This is for the building of the sanctuary, right? This is to have wealth behind what we're doing so we can grow, so we can expand. You need resources. And you have them as a people, but you will not relinquish them given the dedicated service of all your wealth. So now the 30%, you still have 70% to get your plane tickets, to get your passports, to get your plane tickets, your passports, and to reach out to Brother Ali to coordinate times and to have a savings so that when you travel, you do have money to travel with and to take care of your day-to-day expenses where you are. You know, there are people who really don't have. They require the same portion as you require. You're not giving to them. You're putting your money in the hands of people whom you know is wicked, but they rich, so you support them. You're not building to build your own nation or support your own nation. We'll be back after this. All right, we're back. Now, anybody can say, tithe ain't money. You're absolutely right. But the law of giving is if you are far off, take money, send it, and buy back the food.
That's the law.
That's the law. So though I'm saying send the money, it's because you're not going to come and get on a plane with rams and lambs. You're not going to be able to do it. Not in any amount of significance or abundance. So I have to buy from what's here. They have lambs, you have to buy lambs, you have to buy donkeys, we have to get camels. You need beasts of burdens to carry things. Right? And it's part of a system so that you have the best crops. So now either you're going to participate or you're not. You're either going to be the people or you won't. Continue.
But you are provoking me. And if you say, how have we provoked before you in tithes and offerings? You are cursed with a curse.
You're cursed. I'm not. You.
And you are provoking before me the whole nation of you.
The whole nation of you. The whole nation. Notice I've been talking about from day one the process of this law reestablishing and rebuilding a nation. Now I've read it all to you. I've told you how it worked and how it built up. We're now into Isaac and his generation and his time and the covenant with him. And it's always about building a nation. And now you're provoking because you don't want to give to the building of the nation. You give to invest in a business or to go see somebody famous, but to build a nation, you don't have the money for this.
Bring the whole tithe to the storehouse.
The whole 30%, bring it to the storehouse.
And there shall be provision for those who serve in my sanctuary.
So now you're giving for those who serve in the sanctuary. Who's going to be serving in the sanctuary?
Everyone.
Everybody. So you have to give, right? You have to give so that there's a provision when you come. Whatever you give extra after you get here, that's an offering. But the 30%, this is mandatory. We have to have this together. I have to go out and secure this land now. Now. Okay? We are 6 months, right? 6 months and counting now, right? Tishri's almost over. So we got 6 more months until nuclear war break out. And the 250 plagues are unleashed upon all the world. And it won't cease. So you want to waste time? You're out of it. So either you give it here, give it, so that we can do what is necessary. We have to buy the land, and I'm not talking about one little farm. I have to buy copious amounts of land. I also need, while things are good, before they become a problem, to have everybody who is coming, and I only know that by your giving, on a register, because after I buy the land, we are all part of a group. You will be under me. One people as a nation. This is our people. This is our people's side. This is our people's land. This is our investment into the nation of Jordan so that we may dwell here peacefully. You're running out of time. Continue.
And make trial now before me.
Now let's make a trial now before the Most High.
In this.
In this. Test him in this. You're going to have to give, right? 30%. This is the minimum of giving, right? I can collect the offering when you get here. But you're going to have to give now. Okay? And some of you who the Most High has convicted in your heart that you're supposed to be giving, that you're supposed to give and make this thing happen to build, now's the time to go get the money from wherever it is to get here. Because I have to make all the preparations for you to when you arrive. I have to have enough for those that I know are coming and in anticipation for those that I don't know that are coming. So now we're going to make a trial. If you give, let's see, put up and shut up. And when put up or shut up. Let's make the Most High unto the test.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes,
let's see. Is there going to be a sanctuary? Are we going to be able to get out? Are we going to be able to come out and really be a people under this law in the land? Test it now. You can't test it by watching from the sideline. You have to test in your giving. And I know this sounds like some pastor who's harping for money, for a church, but I'm not building a church. There's no religion here. Continue.
Says Yah of covenants, to see whether I will not open to you the windows of heaven and send down blessing to you until you say enough.
Okay, let's test them in this.
And I will rebuke the destroyer for you, and it shall not destroy the fruit of your ground.
Okay.
Nor shall the vine in the field fail to bear fruit for you.
Okay, so let's test them. He says he's going to bless the ground and the food growing on it, that we will have so much, it'll be too much. Let's test it. He's not going to bless the money in your pocket. He's blessing the thing that I'm telling you we have to buy.
The land.
The land. I'll bless the land. You'll have more than enough food. The food will turn back into the money. The food will turn back into how we expand and how we can take care of everybody so everybody can eat. Test him. Because we're taking money and we're converting it back into land, farms that are already functioning. I sold my sister a farm. There's a farm, it was about 3.5 acres. 3.5 acres, and it was producing so much that it was already generating, which is about $3,000 a month, just from the produce. And I'm not buying 3 dirhams. I told you I'm buying farms. There's an S on it, it's plural. So continue.
Says Yah of hosts.
So this is how you're going to test them. See if you don't bless the land, which means we have to get the land in order to test it. Now, I'm here to get the land. I'm preparing the way for you and for the Most High to come in, because we have to have fruit for our offerings. Right? It'll take us 2 to 3 years before we can even present the tithe. But if you don't have the land in the possession, you're not even going to get here. You're not getting here without getting the land. Go ahead.
And all nations shall praise you.
After you do this, all nations are going to praise you. It's not before. Not because of who you claim you are. You're going to have to perform this test to gain that reward.
For you shall be dwelling in the land.
See? Don't buy the land, no dwelling in the land. Buy the land, dwell in the land. They'll praise you because you will be dwelling in the land. Not because who you descend from. All of you covenant breakers. Continue.
Of the house.
You'll be dwelling in the land.
Of the house.
Of the house. There is a house.
Of my Shekinah.
Of his Shekinah. So the Shekinah dwells in a house. That means it's with a person who is building a house in the land. That person is me. You don't like it? I don't care. There's nobody to change it. Continue.
And shall be fulfilling my will in it.
And shall be fulfilling the Most High's will, his instructions, his laws, his applications, his ordinances, his statutes, his system in it. Not what I think. I tell you what the system is, and that's what we're doing. Continue.
says Yah of covenant.
Says Yah covenants.
Your words have been strong before me,
Your words. Let's see what the Most High says. You saying.
says Yah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you say, how have we multiplied words before
So you want to know, how have you said all these words against the Most High? What did you say? Right? What did we say? I didn't say nothing. Okay, let's tell them what the Most High says they said.
You have said,
You said,
he who serves before Yah is not benefited.
oh, he who serves before Yah receives no benefit.
Mm-hmm.
There is a benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I said I'm doing this, but not for a profit, does not mean that there is not benefits.
Right.
You see? So now you say they don't gain no type of benefit, profit, or nothing. Okay, that's what you said.
And what gain do we earn for ourselves because we have kept the charge of his memory and because we have walked in lowliness of spirit before Yah a covenant?
Okay, so the question is, right? What will we gain if we do give you this money? Right? If we do follow what we tell you, right? What do we gain from this? And because we have walked like this and scattered for a long time. Every pastor come and holler out there's prosperity with this, and this. So we've had lowliness of spirit. Continue.
And now we praise the wicked.
Now you praise the wicked. I told you you do.
Yes, evildoers are established.
Yep, you say evildoers are established.
And moreover, they make trial before Yah.
And moreover, they are testing all the words before Yah.
And are delivered.
And they get away with it. That's what you're saying. These people do these wicked things, and there is none to punish them. They get away with it. Oh, we make gay laws, and nobody does nothing. These people make usury, and nobody does nothing. All this wickedness in the world, and there's been nobody, and nothing has happened. Never. That's what you're saying, right? Okay, watch.
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. And I will have, wait a minute, I'm sorry, y'all. I lost my point. Then those who fear Yah spoke each with his companion. And Yah hearkened, and it was revealed before him, and was written in the book of records.
Hold on. So now that the words that the Most High has said, you're saying, and I know you all say it because I hear it every day, it's all over social media. Now that the Most High has proven that he knows what you're saying, I just want you to know everything that is said now is being recorded. Not by me, okay? And he's not keeping the record on the internet either, but everything you say from this point is a record to be held for you or against you.
Before him for those who fear Yah and for those who thought to honor his name.
So now for those of you who do have the fear of the Most High and you seek to honor his name, meaning you seek to come, buy back this land, work in this land, follow these laws, get under my orders and the jurisdiction given me so that we may serve the Most High in decency and in order, the Most High is now taking record for you because you want to serve the Most High. So now he will take record for you based upon your words and your actions together. Now let's see what he says next.
And they shall be before me, says Yah of covenants, on the day when I shall make up my special possession.
Now, because you follow my instructions, you will be here by the appointed time when we start with the special possession. Not the general possession, the special possession. So we're going to separate now the righteous from the wicked by actions. You liquidate your stuff, you prepare yourself, you work, you got your little coming in, you're starting to give and set aside in number. Because you're getting ready to become part of the special possession. Okay? So now we're looking at the special possession. Not regular. We're separating now the righteous from the wicked, the holy from the common. Holy and common. So there's holy, there's common, and then there's wicked. So now the Most High wants the special possession. So only those who are of the special possession are going to say the right things and do the right things, which is give what is necessary. So we should have more than enough and it be more than abundant. Continue.
And I will have mercy upon them, just as a man has mercy upon his son who has served him.
So now we all know the wrath is coming out. Now, this will gain you mercy from before the Most High to survive what is coming.
And you shall again distinguish between the righteous and the wicked.
Oh, here we go. Distinguishment, I told you, between the righteous and the wicked.
Between those who have served before Yah,
those who serve,
and those who have not served
and those who
before
don't.
him.
Here we go.
For behold, the day has come.
The day has come. When?
Today.
Today.
Now. Burning like an oven.
No, it's a hot day today too.
And all the wicked and all the evildoers shall be weak as stubble. And the day that is coming will consume them.
Okay.
Says Yah of hosts.
I told you the day is come. So now the day is come. Okay? And the day that is coming, I'm telling you, when they light this off, they're going to burn off the face of the earth like stubble. You'll not survive. You'll not. So test this now. Go look at the news. Go look at it. Last year, the President Biden said, when you start to see U.S. tanks and stuff and stuff moving, this World War III. We're not in World War III now. This is just a small operation, a conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Now they moving tanks with nuclear armaments, Russia moving nuclear weapons. What you waiting for? You want them to announce it to you? By the time they announce it, the nuclear missiles in the air, 20 minutes to destruction. By the time the announcement made, in Operation Desert Shield, it was Desert Shield. This is a protective thing. This. The day they announced Desert Storm, every camera was in place to see the shock and awe when they devastated Iraq with all the bombs and missiles that they could find nearby. There was no room for none to escape. This is what's coming to you. Okay? This is what's coming. I'm telling you right now. You will become a shadow on the ground. Your body will melt away instantly. So you now have some time to get yourself together. You got all the way up to 6 months to get here. However, I'm telling you, first, my key people, y'all need to arrive. I know y'all have already reached out to Brother Aliyah, and I know he is coming out with you. Okay? So you're going to see over the next 3 months the changes. Changes in financial positions, changes. I don't mean a promotion at the job. I mean, you get like some money and you're going to have what you need to do what you need to do and to give what you're supposed to give before you get here. Because before you get here, there's nothing for you. You haven't given, there's nothing for you. Right? Give first, so there may be something for you before you come. Because with nothing here for you, no land, no farms, no supermarket, no sheep, no cattle, oxen, goats, no donkeys, with none of this stuff, we all die. Oh, but maybe I'm making it up. Check it.
That the day that is coming will consume them, says Yah of covenants, so that it will leave them neither son
No
nor
sons,
grandson.
no grandsons.
But for you who fear my name, the Son of Righteousness shall arise with healing in her wings. And you shall go out and sport like calves from the stall.
Now hear what the Most High is telling you. Okay? Right? Like the sun rises, the sun, the day of righteousness, the day of righteousness, the day of righteousness is rising. The darkness of the night is over. It's the dawning of a new day. The last 50 years is like the last the 50 minutes before the dawn, the sun is up in the sky. So you could see it cracking and it's coming up. The dawn is here. The sun of righteousness, the day of righteousness is rising. Right here, right now. And what? Go back. And with healing in the wing, meaning it is now going to reconstitute the nation, which is the sons of Adam, right? The head is already in place. The rest of you are now joining to it. We're going to have order.
Yes.
Right? Either that, or you women out there going to die. You're going to lose your sons and you're going to lose your grandsons. Okay? And a lot of you are going to die too. I promise you. We'll be back after this. You see? So the new day is rising. And it's here to heal us. And those who come, you're going to jump in these fields. You're going to love everything that you're coming into. The beautiful buildings and the beautiful floors and everything that is with, you will have joy. You will see the nations fall, but the taste of liberty and righteousness of the law will be sweeter than the destruction that is happening around you. Continue.
And you shall trample upon the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the sole of your feet on the day when I act, says Yah of covenants.
I'm telling you this. I said ashes, right?
Yes.
You guys, if you don't understand, I know some of you really need like a movie or something to relate. Go watch Terminator. Any Terminator movie, go pick one. They always show like nuclear war and the nuclear explosion and the people and the wave hit the fence and it immediately knocked all the skin off their bones and their body turned to ashes.
Yes.
I'm telling you, you got 6 months and this coming. So this is the warning shot. You got 3 months to get here so that we can have everything we need for the first ones. And then the little, I know there's like people that need more time because they're really poor and they're going to be trying to do what they have to do. But that has no bearing on the gold, the silver, no bearing. Okay? The gold and the silver, you guys can reach out to Brother Ali, and Ali, he will send it to us. Okay? He can send it. Okay? It goes to him. You need to meet him. You need to reach out to him. I know some of you already have, but he has the standard of my house with him. Okay? He has the standard of my house with him. The purpose is the law states for you to gather unto the ensign of your father's houses. He have my standard with him. One I have with me and one is with him. Okay? So you have time to get yourself together.
Remember the law of Musa, my servant.
Now it makes sense, don't it? Remember, because I just read the whole thing.
Sure did. No excuse.
I read the whole thing with detail and explanation. So remember it. Download it, save it, steal all the videos off of YouTube and put it on your laptop. Every class that I did with teaching the law. Use it for your journey. Don't depend on the internet. Have it saved so you can constantly be going over the information, because that's what you're coming into when you get here.
Which I commanded him on Horeb for all Israel, to teach them statutes and ordinances. Behold, I am sending to you Aliyah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and terrible day which will come from Yah.
So now he is there. I'm not talking to you from a standpoint of religiosity. Here's his picture, and you see him, he is there. Introduce yourself. Now is the time for making introductions. All of you seniors, you elders, you ones who wish to be a part, now is the time to get everything you have together, sort out your business, sell off your goods, and make your preparation for return. Reduce your stuff. Everything is not going on the plane. You don't know what we have need for. And if you want to know, well, the sewing machine, like the embroidery one, the heavy duty, the good one, the good one. We need oil pressing machines, the commercial ones, the big ones. You see, we need the big one. So we're not doing little home oil pressing. Don't give not the $99 one. We need the $1,000, $3,000, $5 one, the big one, because we are providing from a community for other communities. This is a large thing. So he is already sent to you. Here's his picture so you can see what he looked like. Reach out to him. Okay?
And he shall turn the heart of the fathers upon the children, and the heart of the children upon their fathers, lest.
Pause. This turning heart.
Yes.
This not father son like you're talking about. Right? The heart of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the customs and the traditions that they saw and what they wanted for us is to get us into that, turning the hearts of the fathers upon the children. So now, and turning the heart of the children, us, we are the generation of children, to go back to the ways, the customs, and the traditions, and to honor the covenants of the fathers. One to the up, this to this, and this one back to that one. To mend the severed and the broken generations. This is the door. This the door. Okay? You miss this opportunity, you will have limited opportunities and times as to when the door will open again.
It sounds like when Isaiah talk about the repairing of the breach.
Yes. This the bridge. You go to him, you know where you're going. You know how to find us. You know if we move. You will know. You go your own way, you remain lost, stumbling in the dark, and maybe the Most High have mercy upon you because you did some act of righteousness like give. Me.
Lest I should reveal myself and find the whole land in its sin and utterly wipe it out.
So here's the final judgment of this matter. Lest he find the whole land in its sin. So we can save the whole land by taking a possession. For one possession, your people are here, he cannot destroy the whole of our land. He will not. Now everybody else land,
Different.
and that's not my problem. I'm telling you now, like we just read with Lot. Here's the angel, I sent him to you. The messenger, I sent him to you to help deliver you out. And I'm giving you the message of destruction. I am sending you the message that there is impending destruction, and it will be there 6 months from now. I'm telling you, don't listen. So here's the one to help you out. We only can do one job at a time. Here's the one to help you out. Now take from your money that you have, because you don't have land, you don't have a bunch of resources. But you do have some work, you do have some money, you have some small amount. Take that, give 30%, 5 grams of gold. Give jewelry, give not the cheap stuff, not the costume. You keep that. That's for you. The real 24 karat gold, high quality, give. It is to be laid up for you and prepared for you in a manner to benefit you to restore your nation when you arrive. If this is not carried out, there is no hope for nobody. He destroy everything. And if you think I'm lying, just take your time. Go look at the world turn. Go watch the nuclear armaments. Last year, when I said this is the war coming to the world, I said it last year. You don't listen. I said the world was going into lockdown with COVID and this plague was getting ready to be unleashed. You don't listen. Now you want to, well, this was planned and this was planned. You're right. Everything is planned. It's moving according to the script, but the people who die unnecessarily due to disobedience because they'll keep walking into the plan of the wicked. This time, you'll deeply and sorely regret any lack of obedience for the suffering that's about to come. All right, we'll be back. If you want to ask, well, Rabbi Sheikh, what made you do this today? Well, today's a holy convocation. Today would normally be the close of the Festival of Tabernacles. Right? I told you would miss it. But today would normally be the close of Tabernacles. Right? So in this time, in this feast, in this festival, right now, we would be in tents in the land. And you are not here. So now I'm telling you, you're going to now be in the land. And we're going to dwell in dwelling places. Okay? I'm trying to get you guys, into some housing. You know what I'm saying? Tents is it's not good in the wintertime. You won't survive. Okay? Not with these little modern ones. You need the old traditional ones, and there's a bunch of procedures to get yourself acclimated to surviving as such. You don't know the land like that. So we have to go into dwelling places. So now is the time. So today we're closing out the Festival of Tabernacles. Here is your word. Here is your warning. Here is your instruction. Okay? In exactly 60 days from today, it will be the Shavuot. From Shavuot, you will have approximately 30 days to get here. From Shavuot. So Shavuot is 60 days away, give or take. And then another 30 days from that, you'll be in the month of Gidon, which is Tammuz, the 10th month. You need to start arriving by then. Okay? If you start working on it now, it will pan out. Most has no respect of persons. Sis reached out to me in August. How long it took me to get here?
You was here in October.
No, see, August, September, October. It took me 3 months to get myself together with the job. I've already done it. Okay? Now you got a job, you got to give. Give here. We have to get what is necessary for the lot of you. 1,000, 3,000, 30,000, 3 million. It don't matter. 300,000. That's fine. The size doesn't matter, but everyone must give and thus separate yourself from among the wicked. We'll be back after this. All right. After that emergency public announcement, now we can proceed with the lawful instruction. So we left off, and now Isaac has been comforted. He has a wife. She is secured with him.
No, 25:5 is where we're starting.
Okay, let me see. Ah. All right. So we left off yesterday, and you guys finally know that Keturah is Hagar. And now that Sarah is passed, Keturah is the mistress of the house, the wife of Abraham, above all the other women. She knows Abraham's way. She has been tested. She has been tried. She has gone through, and she has been reunited with Abraham. Now, you have to understand, just because you don't understand the cultural action does not mean it is wrong.
Hmm.
It's just your lack of understanding about how to get a specific result. Abraham's judgments stand to this day to keep his sons in a specific way to serve his God. That was his focus. So you look at these sons, and these are all the sons of Keturah when you have Midian, Ephah, Hefer, Anak, and Abid, and Aldah. All these were his sons, right? Now, if you pay attention, right, to the sons listed and the sons genealogized and chronicalized, you'll see there is a son listed that you don't know. There is a son called Hawalid, a son called the Son. Okay?
Hawalid.
Hawalid. It's not here,
Okay.
but if you check in Chronicles, you'll check for a son called Hawalid. Okay? And this is a son that is to be raised in Keturah's house, but he is not Keturah's birth child. So I'll let you all do a little homework, but you'll see this in the book of Isaiah. I think it's chapter 60, when he says, Hawalid, and you will look and you will see the word, they will put Aphor there, because there's Aphor and Ephod, and they're trying to figure out what is this Ephra. So they call him Hawalid. This one of the sons that will be raised in the house of Keturah. All right? And Abraham gave the gift of all he had to Yitzhak. And to the sons of the concubines, Abraham gave of the concubines of Abraham. So Abraham had concubines. And Abraham gave them riches and movable property as gift and sent them away from Isaac his son while he lived. And they went and dwelt eastward in the land of the Orient, which is west of Asia. So that's all of the stands. So you get to all the way down to Pakistan and parts of India. And those are also the sons of Abraham coming from his concubines. Continue.
And this is the number of the days of the life of Ibrahim, who lived 175 years.
175. Not counting Jubilees, by the way. Right? So 175. Right? That means Abraham saw 3 Jubilees.
Like we saw 3 Jubilees.
3 Jubilees minimum. So when you count in his years, if you count the Jubilees, you get a certain amount of Jubilees and a certain amount of weeks to come up to the number. But if you know the number of Jubilees, then it's 178. Okay? But he don't count Jubilees, so it's 75.
Right.
Right? Okay. Jubilees don't count. It's still time, but they don't count. Okay? Continue.
And Ibrahim expired and died in a good old age, aged and satisfied with all good.
He died in a good old age, aged and satisfied with all good.
Also, Ishmael wrought repentance in his days, and afterwards was gathered to his people.
Okay. And Ishmael worked the work of repentance, and afterwards was gathered to his people. So he gave all he had to Isaac, and Ishmael wrought repentance, thereby restoring him his portion. So when Ishmael is gathered to his people, who Ishmael with? He's with Isaac. So Yishmaelim and Yitzhaki dwell together. See that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's see what happens. Maybe in the next line, it'll rebuke me and tell me I'm wrong.
And Isaac and Ishmael
together,
his sons, buried
his what?
His sons.
Oh, together.
Buried him in the double cavern at the field of Ephron, Bar Zokar,
the
Houthi, which is before
Mamre, the valley of Jordan, Jordan's valley. And this time it's called the Valley of Mamre. So now they're together.
The field that Ibrahim purchased of the sons of Houthi, there was Ibrahim buried, and Sarah his wife.
So the Houthi land that he bought, there he buried himself, his sons, and his wife. It's right here. Okay?
And because Ibrahim had not designed to bless Ishmael.
Oh, so Ishmael get no special blessing from Abraham.
Therefore he blessed not Isaac.
And there is no blessing going to Isaac.
For had he blessed Isaac and Ishmael, it would have kept them in enmity.
Enmity. See? So the problems that my people have with Saud is over this father's blessing, and it causes enmity. You see?
Yes, sir.
But since Abraham didn't want no enmity, and Sarah wanted no enmity, these two dwell together in the covenant in peace. Together. Neither one receive a blessing, neither one has enmity toward the other. Each one is fixed in his way. Ishmael is fixed in the customs and traditions. You cannot root him out. It's his indigenous way. He is like a wild ass. He is a stubborn donkey about doing it the traditional way. And Isaac is a son born in and covenanted to the perfection of the law, which walks with the traditional way, but has a higher level of refinement. Higher level of refinement. It's oil. If Ishmael is 90 octane, Isaac is 95. But he have to have the 90 to be 95 octane. It's still oil, but it's refined to a higher quality.
But after the death of Ibrahim, Yah blessed Isaac. And Isaac dwelt near the well at which was revealed the glory of the living and eternal one who seeth and is not seen. And these are the generations of Ishmael, Bar Ibrahim, whom Hagar, the Mizraite, the handmaid of Sarah, bare unto Ibrahim.
So now they are being genealogized after the genealogy of the righteous. You don't like it, don't like it. Okay? But they have a stone. I don't care about the stone. This is not my business. My business with my people, they have an angel, they have a God. Let God deal with them. You do anything to them, they covenant say they get in revenge and they win. Leave that alone. Stop putting your hand in the snake mouth to get bit. So these are the names of the sons of Ishmael by their names according to their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael is Neboi and Arab. Arab. You see it there?
Yes, sir.
Oh. And Abdil and Mibshan, hearing, silence, patience, and sharpness. And Tima, Yatur, Yafish, and Kidma, straight. Kidma.
And these was the sons of Ishmael, and these their names in their villages and in their fenced dwellings, 12 chiefs of their peoples.
So he have his 12 chiefs, the princes, his tribes. You don't see them running around. We the Hebrew Ishmaelites. What? What?
I don't think they did Arab.
We all Arabs. But I'm a Bedouin.
Yes. Yes.
What?
Bed.
The original from Abraham like this. The best people is Bedouin. The ones that are of blood that keep the ancient customs and traditions exactly as Abraham did on the land. Bedouin.
And these are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years. And he was converted in repentance and expired and was gathered to his people.
So now, even in his passing, he joins with Abraham. After he passed, is expired. So he repented, he lived with Isaac in peace, and let's see what his land portion is.
And they dwelt from Hindiki unto Chalutza.
Now, Hindiki is the city of the Hindus. This in India. The Hindiki city is the city of the Hindus. This is the city he built in this area. And it went from India all the way across. Right?
Yes, sir.
All the way across, right? And it comes all the way to Halutza. And Halutza and its desert stretches out from modern day Israel now into the Sinai Peninsula until the Nile River. No, just take that. He has from the Nile River all the way to India. My border stopped at the sea. His goes to India. It is twice our portion. And he can live on our portion and his. He goes all the way to Pakistan. Pakistan, Afghanistan. For those who don't know, Pakistan and India have a border. They have a demilitarized zone, a border on which they share, and it's they keep peace about it, but it's a disputed. All the way over there. Yeah, That's their border. It says from here to there. Right? And it says what? Continue.
Which is in face of Mitzrayim.
Which is in the face of Mitzrayim. So when I said the Sinai Peninsula, it is before it. What? Coming from the east of the rising sun to the west, Mitzrayim, it's a stop here. But they are facing each other.
From going up to Atur, behold the face
before the face
of all his brethren. He dwelt in his possession.
He dwells in his possession. In the face of his brethren, he dwells in all his possession. What? Co-mingled.
And we're brethren.
Okay.
So that means he
can live.
With us.
Can Ishmael live in Judah? Yep. If he says, this my area here, shut up. This is his area here. Don't touch it. This is what it was given. Continue.
These are the generations of Yizhak bar Ibrahim.
Isaac, son of Abraham.
And because the appearance of Yizhak resembled the appearance of Ibrahim, the sons of men said, in truth, Ibrahim begot Isaac.
So when they saw Isaac grow up, because they know Sarah barren,
Mm-hmm.
and they say this man look exactly like Abraham. Okay? Now they said the same thing when I came back because I look exactly like my teacher. There's no if we dress in the same clothes,
Y'all look, y'all
we
do
look
alike.
exactly alike. As a matter of fact, my teacher has a twin brother who's passed, and his mother gasped when I walked in the door. And she said, "This day has Allah returned my son unto me."
And it's funny because when we go out, people say we look like brothers and sisters.
But this the Abrahamic look. You don't like this face? This the Abraham face.
Yeah.
This the indigenous face. You don't like this one? No problem.
Yeah.
Go take from the weirdos.
And Isaac was the son of 40 years when he took Rivkah, the daughter of Bethuel, the Aramite.
So what age was he when he left?
When he left, when he was at the school,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't he 30
He was
something?
36
Yeah.
when he left.
He spent 3 years.
3 years in the school. He comes back and he is 40 when Eleazar comes back with Rivkah. Continue.
Who was Padan Aram, the city of Laban.
The sister of Laban.
Oh, the sister of Laban, the Aramite, unto him for a wife.
Unto him for a wife. So now he married Laban's sister. Okay? This man hates us. All right. So she goes into the school of Shem to inquire about what is this situation going on in her stomach because they fighting in there. And she goes and she gets information from the wisest elder that she can find. She goes to the source. She gets it from the teacher who taught Isaac. She gets it from Shem. And what does Shem have to say?
And Yah said to her, 2 people are in your womb, and 2 kingdoms from your womb shall be separated.
Okay, so first of all, it didn't say they look different.
No.
It didn't say that they were different.
No.
It just says the greatness of these 2 sons is they're designated to become 2 separate kingdoms. The kingdom of the Itzaki and the kingdom of the Saudi. You don't like that, right? You want to be Bruce. Well, Mosai doesn't, he didn't make a coffee, people. There's no Bruce. There's only this. Okay? Only what you see, pal. You cannot change this to make it how you wish it to be, all right? All right, moving on.
And one kingdom shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. If the children of the younger will keep the commandments of the law.
Oh, if the children, hi. I just gave this big announcement today, and we, the children, are now going to do this, right? We're going to keep the commandments of the law, and then this kingdom go down, our kingdom come up, and they come work and serve for us, which means you have to have stuff for them to do. You have to own the land. They're not going to give it to you. No. Nobody's going to hand it over. You're going to have to buy it. They'll sell it. Just Just come. Trust me. I know the way. I will show you. And the Shekinah goes up with us. Let us just follow the instructions. See how it's the same story? And it relates to today's class at the same time. And you know what? I don't have to read ahead of time because the pattern repeats itself
Sure
repeatedly for the same point over and over again. They are stronger than us.
Mm-hmm. We don't keep the commandment.
But there's nothing above the law.
Correct.
When we keep it.
Right.
There's
We're
a difference
responsible to keep it.
when we keep it. So now we're going to buy our land. You're going to give this money now, okay? I'm going to start getting deposits, right? My phone should be ringing and dinging. Ding, 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 ding. Thousands of you should be given. 5, 10, 100, any amount of money necessary to get this done. 3 months. 3 months.
And the 270 days of her being with child were completed to bring forth. And behold, twins were in her womb. And the first came forth wholly red as a garment of hair. And they called his name Saul, because he was born altogether complete with the hair of the head and the beard and teeth and grinders.
He was born a grown man.
Goodness gracious.
He born teeth and everything. He was developing in there. He's wasted no time. Okay, so that's Saul, and it says holy red. He was a ginger man. If you don't know what a ginger brother is, I got my nephews, they gingers. My niece, she's a ginger. You've seen her.
Yeah.
And beautiful. I mean, beautiful. But the hair just be red. Just red. Okay? Next.
Afterward came forth his brother, and his hand had hold on the heel of Saul.
Hold on, wait a minute. Now, his hand
Was on the heel.
was holding the heel. Some of y'all don't know about baby grip. The only thing comparable to grown man's strength
is a baby grip.
Is baby grip.
Yeah, they don't let it go.
See, he was holding on. And what happened?
And they called his name Jacob. And Isaac was a son of 60 years when he begot them.
So he didn't have children
till he was 60.
Now he had the wife for 20 years before she gave birth to twins. So all the rest of the time, he is just strengthening himself and his household.
Building, yes. Taking care of his land. Yeah.
Okay, now let's continue.
And the lads grew, and Saul was a man of idleness to catch birds and beasts, a man going forth into the field to kill lives, as Nimrod had killed and Hanuk his son. But Jacob was a man peaceful in his words.
Wait, hold on. Listen carefully to this. So Esau is a warrior man.
Yes.
He can go in the field. He's catching birds. He's a tracker. He can make war. Right? He's as great as Nimrod. Right? And as the son of Nimrod, Hanok, his son.
Mm.
He is this type of king, type of warrior king. He's a warrior. He know how to make battle. He know how to make allies. He's strong. He's not weak by any means. Then this is the character of Yaqub, which we are also and all supposed to have and keep because it is the context of our law. So let's take a look at Yaqub's character.
But Yaqub was a man peaceful in his words.
So we are not allowed to revile the judges or the neighbors or molest them with words. You have to take up the character of Jacob. So now all of you pop off at the mouth, people. I'm telling you, it's over.
A minister of the instruction house of Eber.
So he is a minister in Eber's house, or Obada, or Ibri, or Hebiru, or whatever. He was a minister in the house, meaning he's working in the administration. Okay? He's not there just, there's no religion here. This is government official. He's governing in the house. He's running the town. He's running the cities. Okay? And he's running the education, minister of instruction. This is education, this law, this is administration. Right? And he was what?
And seeking instructions before Yahweh.
So not only is he given instruction, but he's seeking the instruction. Then once he gets the instruction he seeks for, then he administrates that. So it's like when Pharaoh had a dream and Joseph gives the revelation, Joseph can see the instructions. So because he has received the instructions from Pharaoh's dream, Pharaoh makes him a minister so that he can administrate, give the rules, the laws to govern this, to guide us from this terrible thing which has been revealed to me to come.
Administration. Okay, sir. And Isaac loved Saul, for words of deceit were in his mouth, but Rivkah loved Yaqub.
Okay, so Isaac loved Saul, right? What's the problem that the Most High has with Saul? Words of deceit are in his mouth.
Right.
What's words of deceit? Well, he can say all the right things, but he won't do right. Right? He says that which is right and does opposite. So he's a crafty person, like the whole nation of us. They're all turned into crafty people. But now we have a test. We have a trial. So here's the first trial. You give, we build, you come out, we live. You don't give, you don't build, you don't come out, you don't live. Let us test this.
On the day that Ibrahim died,
So on the day Abraham died,
Yaqub dressed pottage of lentils.
Jacob cooked.
Yeah.
He made lentis fata.
And was going to comfort his father. And Saul came from the wilderness exhausted.
Pause. He made lentis fata and was going to comfort his father. How is he going to comfort his father? I'm cooking. I'm going to give this food, Father, in honor of Abraham, to comfort my father who loved his father very much. Right? Continue.
For in that day he had committed 5 transgressions.
So on this same day, Isa, who is out in the street, Saud, he's out in the street and he is committing these transgressions. Okay? Now, these transgressions are against the law which they were taught. So let's see what these transgressions are.
For in that day he had committed 5 transgressions. He had worshipped with strange worship.
So he found Saud with an idol of stone. So now, hold on, listen, we coming into judgment today. That's why I said it's none of my business. It is not coming down on me because I don't have it. Okay, next.
He had shed innocent blood.
Oh, he shed innocent blood. In that time, he had killed Nimrod. And today, he has now helped to destroy and tear down Babylon, the nations that make it up, right? He's joined Iran. He's made peace with Syria. He's now totally united the entirety of the Middle East against and with the fall of the West. Okay, what happens next?
He had gone in unto a betrothed damsel.
Okay, so now he's slept with a woman who's betrothed or promised to another man.
He had denied the life of the world to come.
And he wanted to get his portion now and not be prepared for what is coming or what is here today. So he didn't want that. Okay?
And had despised the birthright.
So now he didn't want the birthright portion of the land and the responsibility of it. Okay? So how the birthright, this the law, this the heritage, this he wanted to be a man of customs and traditions, just like Ishmael.
And Saul said to Jacob, let me now taste that red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore he called his name Edom.
So they made the red pottage, right? But the red pottage, the red beans, is we have two of them. You call them kidney beans, and they have another one here that's called fool. Okay, it's not the same fool like. Okay, so he called them Edom, right? Which is like the red, like Adam, red. Okay, he was red, and he want red beans, so he called him Adam, not like Edom, but
Adam. Okay, Adam.
Red, like the red beans.
Okay, so it's supposed to be an A, not an E. Adam. And Jacob said, sell today, as on this very day, what thou wouldest hereafter appropriate thy birthright unto me.
So they young. These are young men. The age now is about 13, 14. So he tells his twin, okay, well, sell me this birthright since you don't want it so bad. Right? It's young men. Right? Now what happens? I'm going to show you this law. So continue.
Saul said, behold, I am going to die, and in another world I shall have no life. And what then to me is the birthright, or the portion in the world of which thou speakest? And Jacob said, Swear to me today that so it shall be. And he swore to him and sold his birthright to Yaqub.
Now, he did this as a child, 13, 14, 15. He's around this age here.
And there was no trickery.
No, you know what you're talking about, but
Right.
let's take a look at the law. Okay? Hold that place. I'm going to go grab up the law of what happens of a young man at the age of 13.
Oh, about the vow.
Hold on, I'll try to tell
I
y'all
think that's
your ideas about what happens,
Numbers.
right? Your ideas about what happened have to be shaped and molded by these judgments. So now we can look at what is happening between these two twin boys, both between the ages somewhere around 13, 14, 15.
Numbers 30.
And it says, the son of 13, when he shall have vowed a vow before Yah and have sworn an oath, saying, I will withhold or give up from such a thing which is permitted to me, like the birthright, shall not be allowed to relax his word at his own will. Nevertheless, the house of judgment, the Beth Dinah, can absolve him. But if they absolve him not, whatsoever has gone out of his mouth, he shall perform.
Right.
See? So we're judging the first ones, and as you can see, the judgment goes according to this. If you can't accept this law, you cannot receive the benefits from it. Well, I don't care how you feel.
Shows you no matter what, the law is going to stand whether you know it or not. It
It's
still
gonna be.
remains.
It's gonna be. I'm just telling you what it is, because as you come into this is what you're coming into. It is right. It's not what you used to, but it is right.
You know, listen to this account kind of reminds me of the account with Cain and Abel. You know, when Cain was saying, there's no judgment, so and so,
Right.
so and so, and here he's talking about, oh, I'm
And
going to die.
So here's the thing. It sounds like Cain. So here's my question. Where is he getting the information from? Well, you performing with strange worship.
Yep.
So you go out and you talk to them and you start taking up their ideas and their ways, then you are going to fall into their way of speaking and their way of speaking and believing in their judgments. And it shows because this is who he marries into.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
And Yaqub gave to Saul bread and pottage for lentils.
This lentis fata. It comes with bread and like a bean like stew. Very tasty. You have a little side of maybe some parsley, some other green herbs, maybe dill or something, and some lemon, and it's tasty.
And he ate and drank and arose and went. And Saul scorned the birthright and the portion of the world that cometh.
So now he scorned it. What? His words, his actions, the deeds are done. Okay? See, you hang out with people who like, oh, well, they just children, let it go. And the Most High is like, nah, not for us. Your children, nah, your childhood ends earlier.
Yes, much earlier.
Okay, so now you go from childhood to early adulthood. You're 13. In early adulthood, you're getting ready to come into fullness. You have to be ready to take on the world, but you have support.
And there was a mighty famine in the land of Canaan,
Okay.
besides the former famine which had been in the days of Ibrahim.
So here comes the second famine. So there's Abraham's famine, and now here comes the famine during the time of Isaac and his sons.
And Isaac went to Abimelech, king of the Philistines
Of Gerar.
It had been in Isaac's heart to go down to Mizraim. But Yah appeared to him and said, Go not down to Mizraim, dwell in the land as I have told thee. Sounds familiar.
So the Most High said, don't go down to Egypt. Dwell in the land that I told you. Okay, so now he's just trying to survive the famine, and he knows, like, well, in my father's time, there was a famine, and we went down to Egypt. I think it might be best for us to do that because there's not enough water here. And so the Most High tells them, sojourn in the land, and my word shall be for thy help, which is the same thing I read to you earlier today. Transfer your wealth over here. We're going to have land. We're going to own it all together as a community, as a group, right? Like BlackRock owns stuff. We're going to own stuff as a group. Okay? We're going to live under this law as a group. Okay? That's what we're going to do. So the same thing that said to Isaac is said now to us, the Yizhaks. Sojourn in the land, and my word shall be for thy help, and I will bless thee. Okay? And I will bless thee. And he says this for a reason. What is the reason he says this?
For to the end to thy sons will I give all these lands, and I will establish the covenant which I have covenanted with Ibrahim thy father. So
now he tells Isaac, no, sojourn here, because to the end of your sons, right? The hearts of the fathers being turned to the sons, the children of the end. We here. Y'all think it's a game, but we here. I'm not playing. You think after I lay this camera down, my words will not stand and you will not go through what I have said? You sadly mistaken. So now it's to establish the covenant between Isaac and now also Abraham. So the judgment of Abraham stands now. All right? I'm going to read a couple of more verses when we come back, and we're going to close out for today. All right? And we're back. And now, what does he say? What is the promise that he gives to Isaac? Continuing. So he gives him the land to the sons of the end, right?
Yes, sir.
And what else?
And I will multiply your sons.
So now we have the promise of multiplication. Here's an extension of the covenant.
As the stars of the heavens, and will give to your sons all these lands, and through your sons shall all the nations of the earth be blessed.
So now the nations of the world are going to be blessed through us, but we have to multiply upon these lands, all these lands. So we have to take a possession here, which goes back to what we read in the address this morning. This judgment, though Isaac is past, still stands.
In the address this morning, we clearly stated that when we are dwelling in our land, There would be multiplication of the ground, of the earth, as well as the vine will never stop yielding.
And now you have multiplication of sons.
And here's the multiplication of sons, as well as the multiplication of the land, talking about what is the father and the son and the son and the father. Now we're seeing here what was of Abraham passed down to Isaac. Then at the end, which is this generation, the sons to the father.
And you will either lose your sons
And your
for breaking the
grandsons.
covenant, your sons and your grandsons, or we're going to be giving birth to them in marriages. No, ain't no baby mamas over here.
No.
As a matter of fact, that's ended.
Yes.
There will be no fornication or adultery. Whatever you get and you pick, you're going to be stuck with till death.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to say till death do you part and then grant you a divorce. Okay? As a matter of fact, we don't even have those vows at all.
No.
You'll be married according to the traditions of the law, the customs, and the covenant, and you will be bound by it to perform those rights and those laws unto your wife and unto your husband. And as long as those are met, you will remain covenanted to that person, and nobody will rescue you. You can't get out. So that means you got to go through the first phase when everything is all wonderful and bliss. You go through the second phase where you have second thoughts and doubts. Then you go through the third phase to where you begin to see the goodness of what the Most High has promised you in obeying the instructions. And you go through the fourth phase and start receiving the blessings promised from it. And what else?
On account that Abraham obeyed my word. Wait, that's good stuff. Okay. And kept the keeping of my word, my statutes, my covenants, and my laws.
Mm-hmm.
And Isaac dwelt in Gerar.
So he dwells in Gerar. And on account of Abraham, who obeyed the Memorah and kept the keeping of my word, my statutes, my covenant, and my laws. So the Shekinah was with Abraham and Abraham's house in the land. Now the same thing is going through Isaac, and he is going through the same process. So the covenant and the Shekinah is following a man and his house, leading him through the word, my word, okay? That's the understanding of every prophecy, past, present, right? And how it leads us and what we are to do in days to come, right? The statutes, how we go about customs and traditions, conducting trials, conducting courts, having rulings, my covenants, knowing how to follow and walk in all the promises and all the actions to receive the blessings therein, and the rules, the laws. So you have all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4 pillars, okay, which respond to obeying and keeping.
Hearing and doing.
Mm-hmm.
There, you don't see nothing here about belief.
Need no belief. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar. So now you have to understand this is what the Most High has clearly stated and wants stated today. You can believe, you can disbelieve. I don't really care. I get off of this. You know, I reach out to those who reach out and get them in order, get them prepared. And either you will have sons and grandsons, or you'll bury your sons and grandsons. That's what's written. If you don't believe me, you can go check it again. It is also written, I think, at the end of Isaiah chapter 3, going into Isaiah chapter 4 for the purge
Yep,
of
it
the
says
filth.
same thing.
It says you will lose your husbands, you'll lose your sons, and there'll be no husbandmen. This is what's coming. Go check your news reports today and see if I'm lying. Nobody else has a way out for you or a plan. Even if they try to jockey off my information, they won't be able to make it in another place. Every place you run to, your enemy is running to as well. But of what we're saying to do, none say.
That's right.
This is the word. We'll see you all next time, one step at a time, one day at a time.
One.